Hey everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft. Welcome back to the channel and day 2 of my 5 days a week for every week during the month of February challenge. I am trying to post a scrapbook process video every single weekday during the month of February. So this is day 2. I'm off to a good start. Wish me luck as I continue on this goal. Today's process video is a very special one because this layout design that you can see sketched out there in my journal is actually something that I dreamt of. And I will tell you the dream in a second, but I sketched it out as soon as I got up that morning and wrote down what the dream was. And I decided I was going to do this with some photos of my daughter petting an alpaca when we went to Rocky Mountain National Park. There was a picnic area, and they had some park rangers there with some different activities, and there were these alpacas that you could touch and pet. And so I took some pictures of it. Now, my original sketch had space for 3 photos. I only have 2 photos, but I'm gonna fix that and do something else in the 3rd photo space. But obviously, if you have 3 photos, you can do that. I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna have to start doing 2-page layouts because my vacation photos from that year, which is basically what I'm scrapbooking, there's just so many photos. I actually am probably gonna have to just do some pocket pages for some of it, especially the stuff that was taken at Rocky Mountain National Park. I don't really know. It's like mountains. There's just pictures of mountains, and I'm like, I don't know where this was or what stop this was. So I think I'm just going to put them all in a pocket page, and maybe I'll do that as one of my process videos. So my dream sort of was about scrapbooking. It started off where I was watching an episode of The Golden Girls, but all of the women were played by men. And one of the guy who was playing B. Arthur was actually the actor Bill Hader. And I don't know, I got up and I went to get a scrapbook off the shelf, and I opened the scrapbook, and it was pictures of Bill Hader and the other 3 male actors playing the Golden Girls. And it was like pictures from them playing the Golden Girls, but also like them at restaurants and like hanging out. And then I would flip a couple more pages, and there'd be like a magazine cutout about the band Hanson. And it was just really weird. And so toward the end of that dream about a scrapbook, this like design came to me, and luckily it was close to like the time that I was waking up, so it was very easy for me to remember it. But I don't know if anything like that has happened to you. I'm sure you've had weird dreams. We all do. I've been trying to write them down, if I can remember to. And if I can remember them as best I can. But of course, I had to write down this sketch idea that I had in my head. So essentially, I gutted that green pattern paper, which is from Lawn Fawn. And then I used Simple Stories, a pattern paper, to go in the center of it. I think originally my idea was that the pattern paper in the center was going to go like underneath, like the edges of the interior edges of that mat were going to be curved, but I don't really know how to do that. And I didn't want to take the time to figure it out. So the yellow pattern paper is just on top of the frame. And then there needed to be a piece at the top so that it was sort of like something that was bisecting at the top where my little banner is going to go on top of. So I went through my stash of zoo-themed papers. I think these are all they're Simple Stories. And I just picked an animal print design because there's an animal in the pictures, right? I don't have anything with alpacas. I remember llamas were really big several years ago. I don't have any llama stuff left over, so no big deal. I took another piece of the zoo-themed pattern paper and made the banner, and then the border strip had that little rainbow pattern on it, so I just used that and put it there. That wasn't in the original design, but it was just something where when I saw it, I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to use that there. I like adding extra layers. So my photos were originally 4x6. And I cut them down to 3x3. And then I'm cutting that same pattern as the banner. I'm cutting that into 3x3. So I'm tying the top and the bottom together. And then on top of the 3x3 square, I had a much smaller cut apart from this Simple Stories zoo collection. And it says like, hey friend. And so I'm going to put that in the very center. And I'm actually going to pop it up on some foam tape so that it just gives some extra dimension. The most difficult part of this layout was trying to figure out the embellishment situation. Well, I had some paper scraps and cut aparts and tags left over from the Simple Stories Zoo collection. I did not have many. I think I had one chipboard alligator sticker. I didn't have anything else. I'd used it all up. So I had to go back through my stash, which I did off camera. I'm not going to make you watch me go through my stash. I picked some enamel dots. I found some like a bird. I don't know. I was like, it's outdoors. It's another animal. I find some stickers that I think I got in a Paper Issues warehouse box. They're like foam stickers. You'll see them, but they've got they're like mushrooms, and I was just looking for like outdoorsy type things. So before I get to that, I'm going to make my title, and I'm using some American Crafts foam thickers as well as some stickers from, I can't read who that sticker sheet is from, but they're small stickers, and I'm just going to have the title be Stay Wild. Originally, I was going to use a smaller cut apart from the zoo themed collection that said Stay Wild, but it was red, and there was no other red on this layout, and it looked really weird against that orangey pattern, so I put that aside and went with the one that said Hey Friend, which was blue. So I was able to then use Stay Wild as the title of this. And I like that the title, that banner strip kind of serves as a shelf for the second word. And I like having the two different sizes of letters. I think that looks pretty cool. So now I've got to figure out some embellishments. There's some American Crafts. That big leaf branch thing is from American Crafts. There's some pieces from Vicky Bouton. I was looking for things that were like yellow and green so that they would fit with the color scheme going on here. You can see the bird at the top. I want to say that is, I can't remember. That might be a Simple Stories ephemera piece. Yeah. So, just trying to figure out placement here of a couple of the things. Some of them fit, some of them don't fit. I didn't have any embellishment placement in my original sketch. I just had where the photos were going to go and where the title was going to go. So really, anything goes. I'm just popping that bird up on some foam tape as well. There are the enamel dots too. Look at how many, I have so many spare embellishments, and like none of them fit with anything that I have going on. There used to be a Facebook group. It was called Scrap Backwards. And I think the group still exists, but it's not called that anymore. But it challenged you to like start with the sticker sheet and scrapbook from there, as opposed to starting with your papers or your photos. So that might be a challenge that I attempt this month. I don't know. I think I'm going to need to get more pictures printed because I need to do more like single page layouts. And like I said, I have so many photos that are like a series of 5 or 6 or 12. You can't do that on a single page. It's not very easily, at least. So I'm just going to stick some stuff down here. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, as I was sticking down some of these embellishments, my phone alerted me to the fact that I ran out of storage space and had to stop recording. So then I had to delete some files and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, but don't worry, I do come back and finish it. So it's not a huge loss. It wasn't a huge deal. I want to do some journaling. So originally there was a tab there down at the left photo, and it's got some very small space for journaling. And I thought I could probably just like write something really tiny. And then I went, no, let me see if I can add a journaling spot and then put the title on that tab. And so I went through the tags that I had that were the zoo theme tags, and I found something that had some leaves on it and had the blue from that animal print pattern. So I think I do a good job of tying all the colors and things together, even though all of these are from different collections. And I really am trying to make it work with things from my stash. Just adding in another little embellishment up at the top. Originally that was going to be at the bottom. I moved some things around off camera and got all that stuck down. That was this, between this clip and the previous clip, that's when my camera ran out of storage space. So hopefully I have enough storage space to finish out the rest of this month with all the process videos that I'm planning on doing. Keep your fingers crossed for me. It's gonna be a tough one. So here are the close-ups. I hope that this video was inspiring for you and that you try your hand at this sketch design. Definitely scrap lift me. I would love to see what you guys do. You can follow me on social media. Tag me there so I can see what you've done. And I'll see you guys next time for more scrapbooking. Bye.